Hi everybody. Thanks to attend this webinar. As usual, at the end of each year, it's good to really to get some time and looking at the different experiences we had alongside the year and what's coming and what's next for the year after. And in this webinar, I'd like to, based on my experience, to share with you finally all what I saw during this year in this marketing of your technology stack. And it's all about DAM, PIM, and CMS. So DAM as digital asset management, PIM as product information management, and CMS for content management system. And these three types of solutions today are more or less driving any brands and retailers' digital strategy. So first of all, in order to stay in touch, I give you some links that I would advise you to follow. So on the website, you can be in touch with all of the services of my new company, which is Activo Consulting. On LinkedIn, you can find also all the a couple of links, many from the website, on Twitter, and on my private YouTube channel. So Activo Consulting. So this company I just created this year is ready to move forward the customer experience regarding digital strategy, digital solutions around DAM, PIM, and CMS. It's also about print publishing, packaging, product owner. So we can do also some work for example, for vendors or product owner for dedicated customer, change management, onboarding. So everything as soon as the RFI and RFP are done, we can follow the customer alongside the project and deployment of a solution. So for who are working for? First of all, for brands, mainly, I will say, it's really our main DNA regarding the business, retailers, luxury and fashion, and agencies. And so before starting to talk and share regarding the DAM and PIM markets, I'd like to share with you some analytics. So I'm used to share the analytics from PwC, but this year I just had a nice reading last week from MuleSoft, which is a company providing analytics and consultancy in this frame of the digital transformation. And as you can see here, I put some numbers. What way we can see beyond that is, first of all, it's all about the consumer experience. And as for example, 81% of consumers believe organizations provide a disconnected experience. And in the meantime, 83% of the IT decision makers report data silos create business challenges in the organization. So they are waiting for more consumer experience, and this is reality. And in the meantime, and this is something I see so many times by customers, it's hundreds of applications by organizations. You can get multiple DAM, PIM system, and even if at the end of the day, if these applications were connected, maybe should bring some more efficiency regarding this business workflow, but most of the time it's not, and 29% are not really connected. One other main trend today in this, I would say since the last 2 years, it's AI and machine learning. So this is something that people are waiting for, 95%, the adoption of AI. But in the meantime, when we are just asking, okay, in terms of priority and regarding the solutions, we just have only 37%. And I think there is a lot still to do for the vendors. When we're talking about AI, it's not only about talking about auto tagging, as for example. It's much more. We can bring so much more intelligence in the software to learn from the usage of the system by the customer, to empower all the metadata with AI, and not just only as keywording. So a lot of things has to be done really to improve this experience. And so when we are looking now at all the trends for 2020, most of the time we are talking about customer experience, we are talking about some marketing things, some IoT, Internet of Things. And in fact, this year, this is security. And security is much, much more important because now the solutions that customer are trying to deploy, it's often based on what we are calling some API first, so some custom development, and we can get some security issues. And for most of the brand, it's so important to protect the content, the information. So security is number one. Of course, it's all about big data and analytics because we are talking about the content in context. It's also about blockchain, very important, and all the security, privacy, legacy, GDPR, etc. It's all about microservices and just like KPI, so which is something new because now if you want to get a connected world, you need to or you have to use API in order to make everything happen all together. And now, before starting with DAM, I like always to start from that infographics from the history group because this is definitely the clear representation of your customer applications, experience, and services that we have at the bottom as a foundation. Okay, this is what we have to figure out. And then, of course, you have to engage your consumers, your clients with different type of services, DAM, WCM, social, CRM, and then to distribute all this content in all the different channels. And now, so DAM and PIM. So, of course, and this is the purpose of this webinar. DAM and PIM are really at the heart of this digital hub of the customers. DAM is the foundation because at one time you need to manage the assets. And this infographic from Akeno is very good because from the DAM now, what can you find most of the time by customers? It's MDM, Master Data Management. So sometimes it's an old PIM system, sometimes it's a custom load time, sometimes it can be a FileMaker database, whatever. But it's most of the time it's something a tool based on old technology that we can really communicate with the other silos of companies. So the PIM is really at the right place in order to syndicate the information, in order to make the connection happen, so you can really streamline all your sources and distribute all the content in all the channels. So this graphic is really the good and clear representation today of most brands and e-retailers. And one of the use case I'm working is this one, which is very close to the infographic. So you have DAM, you have a PIM, and these are two different systems. A PIM is not a DAM, and a DAM is not a PIM. So of course, if you're just trying to see, okay, because you have some PIM vendors saying that, okay, we have a PIM, you can see, we have DAM, we can see your thumbnails. Yeah, but DAM is not because you see thumbnails in a window that this is a DAM, okay? And just like the same as because you can design and lay out custom metadata in your DAM, this is not a PIM. A DAM, the idea of DAM is the assets. The idea of the PIM is a product. So two different things. And the DAM is very good for renditions. DAM as an engine, the PIM is the tool for the business. And so the good strategy is to get each of them, and based on the API, you can streamline the information driven by workflows, naming convention, business rules, etc., to syndicate all the information on the different channels. So it can be your CMS, can be your product experience management, it can be Amazon, all this web portal, and this part is really a challenge for most of the brands today. Coming back to the DAM is a simple view, but it's mainly doing everything that what has a DAM to do today. So it means from the asset creation, photo, video, artwork, catalogs, 3D animations. So the content is rich today. You have rich content, and the DAM needs to support all that type of contents. And then you have the life cycle of the assets inside the DAM. So it's driven by metadata, it's driven by workflows. You should be able to transform and reuse your content, to archive, to manage revisions, approval cycles, so manage, organize, and process. And you have connectors to syndicate, to get information from third-party system. And at the end, of course, you have to distribute this content on mobile, on the web, for the print, for social, etc. And when we are talking about DAM and PIM, in fact, you have this mix. So you can see that the PIM will share the assets of the DAM, and the DAM can share some metadata from the PIM. But around these two solutions, you have on one side, so the digital asset management with all the marketing automation that we can find with new vendors, project creations, CMS brand portal. On the other side, the PIM is even more providing amazing experience regarding the syndication, the product experience, in order to feed the digital factory of a brand. And of course, when we are starting from where? From the silos, okay? And you know that so many customers have to figure out this challenge, but the first trend is a dam, and again dam, because every customer has to understand that the dam is so critical to organize the assets. A modern dam today is really the best way to engage with people, to start the digital transformation, because this is the best way to manage, access, control your assets. This is the best engine ever, and you can do everything you want to distribute this information and to control the contents. And as one of my customers was saying, the dam is this unique reference for all of my pictures of the website to manage all this content, and it has never been easier today, and that's the purpose of these new technologies that we have inside the dam today. The second one is the customer experience. And of course, every project I'm working, it's always in the first line. We need something very easy to use. It has to be drag and drop, responsive, mobile responsive. It's just pushing the content at the right place, or I need a wall of pictures for my project. I need some very easy way to understand the projects and to follow the projects, some KPIs or some online capabilities to edit my documents. So customer experience is really the first milestone of any project DAM system today. Third one is metadata. And so again, it's very important. Keep in mind, whatever the technology you are using, metadata will save your job. It's important to work this metadata, to work your vocabulary, to engage librarians, a DAM manager in order to do the job. So IPTC is my favorite ones because it will save the information inside the DAM. And when you are paying for DAM, you don't have to pay years later just to get your assets. So it's very important to save this information inside the file. So when you retrieve the files, you have everything, okay? Custom metadata, because of course now regarding and especially the business e-retailing with the PIM, at one time you need to get some business information inside the DAM. So you need to build something like we are calling custom layout of information. And it's important that the vendor has to give you the tools to edit these fields. It's very important just to avoid some extra cost alongside. And on the right side, you can see one example from a DAM where you have a very nice presentation of this information. So very easy to know where it's coming from, to share a link, to get some renditions, etc. My fourth trend is all about the digital rights management, and this one is very important because for some customers, what you have to do is really to be able to control your assets. And in this field, you have a couple of technologies. Maybe the most well-known is Fadel, and they just released a Content Eye new technology this year, ready to follow the rights alongside your assets. And when you have to publish the assets, when you have to syndicate the assets. Imatag is another one, very brilliant with nice integration with some DAM vendors, and Digimark also doing a great job, especially alongside some packaging, artworks, etc. So very important at one time to see if your DAM vendor can integrate this technology. When we're talking about AI, it's going more than just keywording. Of course, it's very important because AI can, in fact, analyze a lot of information. So you need some time, but after a couple of time, you have you can imagine some automation using this AI in order to bring the right content in context. For you have different type of services to get some recognition, Google Vision, Amazon Recognition, Azure, Clarify, Imaga, Watson, etc. So whatever technology, at the end of the day, it's you need also to learn how I can use this information in the scope of my metadata of my organization, because you need to classify, to organize that content. Workflow. So workflow is very important today, and workflow means much more than, okay, I select an asset and said okay, or approve or reject. When I'm talking about workflow, I'm talking about business process mapping, so, which means, in fact, you have different steps, different milestones, which are the clear representation of the way of your stakeholders are working. And you have to find a way. Your vendors now have so many capabilities to display this way with a very nice way. You don't have so many vendors who are able to figure out such a workflow, just a couple of them. Then you have some tools just like Trello, providing nice Kanban responsive on your mobile to follow the projects. The API. So as I started to say at the beginning, API is redriving your supply chain today. It's very important that your DAM system, your PIM system has API capabilities. It's very important to challenge these APIs, to measure the performance of the APIs in order to get the best integration ever. And when you are looking at some analytics also coming from Microsoft, or and just 1 month ago, from Dreamforce, the user agent from Salesforce, it was the API was really at the core of our business, because it brings much more in the organization, uh, just for your business across nearly every industry. It's a nice way to really to put everything together on a platform to collaborate even further. So increase productivity, increase innovation. Two main important insights. So the API is really at the core of your business today. The next one is, and very important one for me regarding the DAM system, is the connectors. So of course, if you have the right API, you can imagine, okay, I can design, I can develop my connector with my WordPress or whatever. But it's cool also not wasting your time and DAM vendors, and this is the way more or less all DAM vendors are going on, are providing a huge range of connectors for CMS, ERP, social, etc. So this one is the one of Selum, an Austrian DAM vendor. So maybe there's a little bit too much, but at one time they have some of them. Something we can see as, for example, on their website. So I like this arrangement of things, just like a market share. So it's very important to to get in mind that when you are starting your RFP, and that you have to communicate between your DAM and the other system of your company. Binder is also super well known for that, providing tens of the of plugins, whether it's for PIM and River, Akeneo, Slack, Social, Workflow Management, Drupal, CMS, and the same for Wedia. So just three examples that are showing you that new DAM vendors, I think they are, after years, they understood the way people are working. I would say that's good. It's never too late, but that's something you have really to be able to keep in mind when you have to make a decision. KPIs. So there was a time where most of customers were not asking so much about the dams, because it was just seen as an archive. But today, a dam, as soon as alongside you are doing some marketing automation, you need to get some to measure the performance of your assets. And so most of them today, they are using Elasticsearch version 5, 6, whatever, and Kibana to display this information. But Kibana is not really the best user-friendly to display information. So unlike, as for example, the integration of Sisense with Binder, providing very stunning and maybe I think from my point of view best analytics ever at the top of that system with drain down, mobile responsive, very good stuff. One of the last trend is, of course, migration plan, because at one time, maybe you have your asset on an hard drive or on a old DAM system, and then you have to move. So do I have to make a decision for, I would say, a private cloud or a public cloud, or something between, just using hybrid? But what we can see is that uh, alongside the last and the next years, we see more and more web application. Web is not, cloud is not only done for to host website, it's much more than that, and especially regarding application. And one again, analytics coming from Mulsoft is that you can see here that 84% of companies or enterprises are using multiple clouds. And in these 84%, you have 58% using hybrid cloud. So it's first an answer. And I would say more and more organization will use these multiple cloud services, just as well as traditional applications and infrastructure and potential private and cloud services. So this is the status today. And of course, you have three main players today: AWS, Amazon, Azure, and GCP, Google Cloud Platform. So more or less today, they are the same level of services. Of course, Amazon and maybe more than web services today with tons of them, but sometimes, and especially I see in France, it's much more complicated. So because people want to, it's a matter of trust. So what are they doing with my information? So, but whatever, they are still at the top, ranking at the top of a business. Azure is growing fast too, and especially in France, yeah, I think it's a challenge for a DAM vendor to be successful with that Azure, just to be honest. And Google Platform is also growing fast, especially with retailers. So, and we see a couple of partnerships between us, for example, Carrefour and Google, and to bring some proximities to control even more the data up to the end customers. And for all of three of them, you can get more or less the same configuration. So you have a price regarding the processors, the RAM, the storage, etc. So this is where, and of course, a consequence of that is that you can see now DAM vendors trying to follow this way. As for example, Photoware providing these cloud DAM services with different types of options, so you can really get a starter. Then if you are a team and more professional, so it doesn't mean really what's this, but because I think everybody is a professional at a stage, but at one time you can really start from something, and it without at the end of the day to get the best ROI, and really to start and then moving forward to bring more capabilities of your DAM. And of course, something it's important to get is innovation. So innovation is really a state of mind. It's very important to stamp your vendor, to follow their user or technical event in order to really to see or to get a look at the roadmap. So it has to move. So you cannot get a vendor just sleeping and waiting for that everything is happening. So it's important that to be engaged with that. So my predictions for DAM 2020, I will say more or less, because this is something I've got I would say every day of my life in a year with customers. It's all about the customer experience. I'm just fed up sometimes to see some very old things, some small icons, text, etc. It has to be so easy to use. You don't have, a customer doesn't have to be an engineer to use the DAM system. Performances, because today we have to manage 4K video, we have to manage very large files. Even your smartphone is capable to do some stunning pictures. So, and we need to process thousands of files. So, and hopefully thanks to the cloud now, we have this scalability. So you can get your system can scale and to be able to process, as for example, 1,000 files per hour, and then slowing down just to save your money. So very important. The ecosystem regarding all the connectors, very important. Metadata, as usual, always, or otherwise you are missing the point. And then it's all about the SaaS strategy in order to get the best ROI. But as prediction for, and finally, I will say that something we see here, to be honest, since the last 2 years, we see more and more DAM vendors trying to bring the best digital experience management. So what does it mean? It means to provide the asset is not as it is as an archive as the DAM was starting 25 years ago. We are more talking about dynamic assets, so the capability to, thanks to renditions, to adapt to the right asset at the right time for the right channel. So it's very important, and we see more and more, whatever, thanks to integration. Uh, I saw a couple of them, as for example with DAM and Chili Publish, or thanks to InDesign. So now with InDesign, you can get also a nice automation, and I see more and more this nice integration. I see the example of Silicon Designer with Nuxeor, also Binder, Wedia doing some great automation with InDesign native files and templates management. So from these DAMs, in fact, what you can do, you can really start your marketing automation for emailing, social campaign, and whatever that. And it's much more than the DAM was doing just years ago. And you can also customize over brand and line, so in order to get this a custom portal for your brand, just to manage and to set up everything as you want. And so, as now we see some of the trends that you have to follow, you have to make a decision, but how I can select the right solution? And especially in that scope, it's just crazy. When I started in 2000, I just had a couple of them. I can count on my fingers. Just now, it's just thousand and thousand, and every month you have much more. And if you are looking, where is them? Oh my gosh, it's just somewhere in this just crazy map. And in the content and experience place, you can find them, NMRM, SEO, and you can find the DAM, okay? So, but how can make a selection? So to make a selection, I will say you have the usual way, okay, I don't want to take some risk, I like my job, so I would just find a way to get the Gartner and Forrester, and nobody can say something. I said, okay, but maybe you can also change the way. It doesn't mean that they are not doing a good job, and the Forrester Wave report, Gartner report are always very good content. But you know that you are not in this list for free, okay? So I like the fact also that some organization, just like the History Group, was trying really to educate the market, and you have all this map that looks like as the New York map of a subway in Paris and London. So each line is a different type of solution. So the blue is a web content and experience management. Then you have a purple, which is digital asset management and etc. Content management system, WCM, etc. And then they are also testing the system. They have a lot of scenarios. They are coming back to the end user to get information of the usage of a system, and so they can place the vendor at the right place. And if the system is capable to connect with more or less much more system than itself, I will say you are more in the center. But I would say at the end, History Group is doing a webinar next week, and I give you the link in the same time. And of course, the History Group just try to, okay, now we need to get a simpler organization. So we have a simple DAM. Simple DAM means something like you can manage your photos. I would say it's not really true, because PhotoWare extensions are doing much more today. They have extensions, plugins, etc. We can connect with other third-party system, but okay, this is the ranking. In the mid-range, you have more capable DAM vendors. I would say something like the best of them in the market regarding sales. So it's I would say sometimes the Binder of the world, but so of course Binder is a big one, but you have also Selenium, Whedon, Woodwing, Dalim, a new one, Picture Packs, or all these guys are not. I think at the end of the day, whatever the position is good just to be somewhere there, okay? And at the left, you have a complex DAM. So complex means different things. Complex means, oh, it's not for me, it's very too technical, I don't want to put my hands in these things. But of course, most of these guys, they are trying to do much more. It's more enterprise level. In the meantime, enterprise means less than, I would say, for the middle range, they are also doing some enterprise things, but it's coming from the history. So a reason why we are not really talking today about ECM, but more about global marketing supply chain, so GMSC, as for example. So you have Nuxeo, Media Beacons, Sidecore, which is Style Labs and Share, OpenText, Northplane, Aprimo. So, but of course, that's a different budget in the meantime. And so one of the strategy is one I like from Mark Dave. Mark Dave is the owner of the equity software company. Is providing very great analysis with six steps: gap analysis, resource audits, requirement gathering, governance, use case scenarios, and vendor selection. And what Mark did is very good because you can really advise you to get a subscription, so you just pay a fee per month, and you get access to all the content. And based on demo scenarios, you can really tackle and stump the vendors based on a scenario and say, okay, which is the best dam ever for doing my job, etc. With a lot of content, very insightful, very great job. And so that's the answer of why them it. Okay, and so these are the scenarios you can check, and then you have these 10 core features. So just like as the DAM models, so are very important to go through all these steps in order to see if your DAM can do really the job. And then you have the demo scenarios, very important to before and especially during RFP demo, you have to stump your vendors. Forget PowerPoints or their own demonstration based on small files. You need to give your file and you need to write down, or you can use one of these demo scenarios in order to see, okay, do the job, just take my place and see how it's going on. Read Story also this year made also very good job alongside this demo scenario. So you can see I just list all of them. You can go on their website and get much more details about everything they are doing. So very good job from the team of Jarrod. Or it can be, I like the photo asset library one, as for example, it can be digital printing, it can be brand management, etc. So very kick-ass content. And so of course, at one time we need, as I was saying, it's the success is 5% of technology and 95% of the people. So whatever the DAM you are using, at the end of the day, it's very important to get the people, to get your DAM manager, to get the team. So, but experience-wise, what I see here this year, at the top I see here Wedia, Binder, Selum, and Keeping really more or less just getting all of the projects. So it's full SaaS, it's cloud, it's Azure, AWS, whatever. It's nice UI, React.js, AngularJS, etc. Easy to use. So, and this is the case especially in France. Then, but of course, just France and many Europe. But you have also some good DAM vendors had some good success this year, just like Media Valet, Nuxeo, which is part of the complex in the organization of a restory group, but they have more and more connectors. They have a nice workflow trying to do some great integration, especially in the last week, some with great announcements. Cloudinary, which is also very specific for dynamic assets, very great engine to transcode, reuse, and I see this vendor in a couple of to provide all the assets of hundreds of websites, as for example, Fall Portal, which is this year the 2 times winner of the Bake Off during the DAM Stewart event in a row. So it was New York and San Diego. So congrats to them. And so German company providing a DAM, PIM, and marketing management. And I would say as enterprise content management, you have a big four with Tenovos, new competitor coming with great guys, a lot of skill, and so a great experience. Sideco, who cried Style Labs, and very close to the enterprise level of Salesforce. Adobe with Adobe Experience Manager, always a reference for regarding the user experience, and OpenText, which is still working with top customers, especially in fashion and retail. And I added another category, which is more DAM and work in progress, workflows. So Workfront is definitely one of the leader after years, full SaaS and just exploring everywhere. Rack is a very great project management, very nice design, and integrating in a couple of DAM this year, I would say 4 or 5, something like that. Screen Dragon also doing the same job, and also great integration with some of the vendors. Media Beacon, which has the knowledge of print, packaging, etc., and so with the automation engine. And Dalim Software, who just unveiled version 6 of ES, with enhancement regarding the user interface, workflow-based, real business process mapping workflows, very capable to manage very large files, and they have some photo studio, some packaging also, and they're, of course, maybe one of the best user with dialog engine, able to read to full HTML files, streamline the content. And now we are talking about the PIM. So I think I spent maybe too much time with the DAM, but the PIM is playing a main role today. A main role, just when you see these infographics, what you can see that the PIM is really, as I was showing just before, you have all these resources, all these source of information, ERP, DAM, PLM, data pool, etc. And they have, the PIM has to, you have to supply and enrich all this information in order to streamline the content in different channels. Okay, so what does a PIM do? It's all about collecting the information from your peer suppliers' data, define your data model, and this you have to spend some time to see really if your PIM vendor can do the job. Really, you spend the time. You have to enrich, then PIM can enrich this information regarding the product descriptions, translations managements, and of course, one of the main goals to distribute in multi-sales channels. So the benefits for brand and retailers. So it's really capable to centralize and manage your product information, to collaborate, to produce high quality product information. So easy control of all this information. You can really also control the distributions. It's multilingual, so easy. And the user experience is also important. So it's I know a couple of PIM systems which are very ugly, so you need really to be an engineer to start something. But now with this new PIM system, you have some very great UI, some nice dashboard that really you can figure out. So we just saw Erecano before in Weaver now. So you have a couple of them. And so if we are back to my use case, you can see all the scope of a PIM, which is something a little bit it's tough regarding the DAM task, in fact. So of course the DAM is doing the renditions, but the PIM has really been able to distribute all this content on CMS, WordPress, product information, Salesforce, website portal. That's a big challenge, and brands today have hundreds of websites to syndicate. So the PIM market share. So that's one is I will not say there was. Of course, you have always a leader because he's doing more sales, but during this last year, we heard a lot about Akeneo with new funding in September. But I would say it's PIMcore is also a good starting point with the open source community here. With some large brands, you have to manage millions of references. You have a Stibor. And you have some other players just like Salesify, InRiver, NextPage, Riversun. So all these players at one stage, it's all about your work, it's all about your data model, and you just need to stamp them in order to if you can do the job. I like my two last slides for the PIM and the future is regarding the partnership. Just as the same as I was talking about the DAM and connectors, PIM system has, of course, to be even more connected. So with DAM system, with catalog systems, so this is the example of Keneo with, you can see a couple of DAM vendors and some of the well-known them. You can get information from product soup, as for example. You can be able to do some catalogs and print catalogs with Print Suite, as for example, or connected with Chili. In the same time, you are connected with Salesforce, with Magento, with PrestaShop, etc., etc. And the last one is the UI. It doesn't mean because it is a PIM that it has to look like as a spreadsheet, okay? So if you want to engage your people, and especially the business people, they want to get something because they have to work every day. So they need to get something very easy to use with very simple actions, thumbnails, etc., easy search. Very important. And just to finish now, it's talking about CMS because alongside all my project, what I saw this year is that, in fact, a CMS is always finding the best way to aggregate this information. This is really the brown portal. We saw that DAM vendors are trying really to produce new brand guidelines to new some WebGate HTMLs in order to get some custom theme for your customers. But the CMS is always also the best way, and I see that more and more brands, retailers, they are using a CMS. So it can be Jaya, EZ Publish, it can be WordPress, Drupal, apostrophe, yeah, a couple of them. So you can look at my website and blog because I made a survey of all of them, so you can see all the capabilities of the CMS. But this is also a very nice way to really to be the brand portal of the year of our customers. And so now to finish, I'd like to just to share again with you so my blood dam, so you can see a lot of articles. I've got something like more than 35 articles this year. It's all about the asset life cycle. So I'm talking about DAM and creativity and Adobe and creative operations, or with a PIM or CMS, or talking about life cycle, digital rights management, AI, etc. So just feel free to connect and just to share, of course. And just to finish, as I told just you before, so next week we have a very interesting webinar with Restore Group all about the prediction for 2020, and especially get some more information regarding the new map vendor. Just also to tell you that next year I will be back also to the RX Towards event for all of them, New York, London, Chicago, and San Diego. And again, I will really advise you to spend the time to, it's not a huge cost and it's so insightful. You can meet, it's more or less the best selection of the vendors, but beyond the vendors, you can meet also the customers, consumers, people working with them. So it's all about use case. It's all about the DAM community with great DAM experts. You have always a great knowledgeable keynote from Teresa, a top DAM expert in our world. So you have also the usual metadata station from John, one of my friends. So it's a very great people and great content. So it's really spend the time. Of course, New York is for French and European people, it's a little bit far, but if you can take some time just months before, you can find the right price. Or London is also a good place. So stay in touch with us, so you can browse and check our website, social links, YouTube's videos, so tons of informations that you can share with your colleagues and beyond. And so really thank you for this time. I'm hoping that it more or less fits your expectations, so feel free to contact me. So we are ready to work for you, writing down your RFP, DAM deployment. So we are agnostic. So the idea is really to bring the best of a DAM and PIM system that fits your organization, because there is not only one solution for one customer. Each customer has its own story. So feel free to contact us, and thank you so much for your attention and your time. Bye bye.